I can observe that Kody seems to have trouble relating to his older children, and he seems to dote on the younger children. And when my children were younger, because they question a little bit, I think it might be harder for Kody to feel like he's respected.
Before all the hurt feelings that happened through COVID, Kody's relationship with his older children, a lot of them were really, really good. Christine left and all that changed.
Robyn has often portrayed herself as the primary victim in various situations, even when she appears less affected than other family members. However, this episode seems to bring a shift in the dynamics, and it's becoming evident who the real victims of the chaos are. Hold the reins, you're about to be blown away. Guys, welcome back to Topish. You already know we always have exciting stories that are full of lip-smacking delicacies, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. That said, let's dive right in. In this new episode, we have Kody admitting to the fact that 2 of his older children have blocked him, and that he intended to reach out to these kids, but they haven't responded. I can observe that Kody seems to have trouble relating with his older children and seems to dote on the younger children. I mean, when my children were younger, it was really easy for him to be a father, right? Because he was still kind of important to them. His opinion mattered to them. His guidance mattered to them, Janelle said during her confessional. Kody's efforts to maintain his connection with Janelle amidst his difficulties with Mary have illuminated the strain created by his separation from Christine. The stress of these fractures in his relationships is palpable. In addition, Kody's children have become more aware of the issues within their family's marriages and are openly discussing them. While busy preparing food, Christine inquired of Savannah about whether she ever interacted with Robyn's daughters, particularly Brianna, as they were close in age and attended the same school. To Christine's surprise, Savannah revealed that they occasionally cross paths but just kind of ignored each other and don't speak at all. Savannah shared that she'd seen her father during the holidays, but his absence didn't bother her much as she'd grown accustomed to him being absent over time. Brianna opened up about her relationship with Savannah, stating me and Savannah were decent to each other. It wasn't super great and close because during COVID people had different opinions about the rules. We didn't know what to do with each other, so we kept our distance. She shared these thoughts during a confessional with her sister Aurora, who is also Robyn's daughter, by her side. She went on to express her feelings of shock and confusion, admitting that Savannah's apparent indifference hurt her deeply. Brianna emphasized the emotional turmoil, saying, "It just broke my heart a little because I grew up with her. I grew up with all of them." Overwhelmed by her emotions, she began sobbing and requested the producers to cut the camera. During the meal that included Savannah, Christine, Janelle, Gwendolyn Brown, Garrison, and Gabe Brown, Gwendolyn shared a recent interaction she had with Robyn and some of her children regarding their perception of the family relationship. Gwendolyn didn't hold back and stated that Kody seemed to favor Robyn's children. She asked her brothers if they shared the same sentiment, and when they agreed, it became evident that the older Brown children all feel similarly about their relationship with Kody. While Kody has been supportive in the past, there's a clear preference for Robyn's kids, and he frequently chooses them over the rest of his family. Kody's behavior indeed appears to exhibit traits associated with narcissism. Narcissists often seek attention and admiration, and they tend to have difficulty when others challenge them. They may find it easier to get the attention and adoration they desire from younger children, who often idolize their parents. However, as children grow and become more independent, they form their own opinions and may not fulfill the narcissist's need for constant admiration. The primary cause of the family's disintegration, however, is the widespread loss of belief in polygamy, the abandonment of their Mormons or FLDS faith, and a significant decrease in church attendance. Kody believed that the embracing of a more feminist polygamous approach and moving away from the traditional polygamy culture would be advantageous, but it ultimately backfired. Instead, it empowered the women to seek independence and encouraged the children to pursue education and leave. They didn't foresee that these changes would ultimately lead to the dissolution of their family unit and the erosion of their culture. Robyn shared her perspective on the family dynamic, saying, "My kids and I wanted to be a part of this family and wanted to be accepted and loved by everyone. When we were blending families years ago, there was a lot of trouble. I didn't feel like I had support from the other parents. That started to go away after 10 years or so, when COVID hit. My kids and I were excluded again, and all of a sudden we weren't part of their group." She conveyed that she and her kids felt excluded during the winter holiday season, and as if they had been voted off the Brown family island. Robyn mentioned that she perceived herself as the scapegoat in the eyes of Janelle and Christine's children, and she was uncertain about how to navigate the situation as the other Brown children appeared to view her as the bad guy in the family. In reality, the other wives are upset with Kody, yet they direct their blame toward Robyn. The children are also frustrated with their father, but Robyn bears the brunt of the blame. However, it's Kody who ultimately shoulders the responsibility because he introduced her into the family. Contrary to Robyn's assertions that everything changed after Christine's departure, it actually began to unravel when she joined the family. Kody consistently favored her and her children, leading to the current situation. In this particular culture, it's a pattern to refrain from blaming the patriarch, and instead the women often take the blame. It's rarely seen as the man's fault. The wives are frequently criticized for not being good enough, sweet enough, or not doing enough. Similarly, the children are often perceived as not perfect enough or not obedient enough. So, Christine's decision to leave was influenced by multiple factors. She cited Kody's absence when she needed him most, his favoritism, and his lack of support as key reasons. Her departure wasn't primarily driven by Robyn. It was mainly due to Kody's waning intimacy and her evolving belief that she no longer subscribed to polygamy. This fundamental change in her faith played a significant role in her decision to leave the polygamous marriage. Robyn's claim that Christine turned the kids against Kody doesn't accurately represent the situation. Kody's absence and lack of involvement in their lives have naturally led the children to feel resentment or animosity towards him. While Robyn was dealing with the feeling of isolation from Kody's children, Kody himself made it clear he was no longer interested in engaging with his own children. He expressed his lack of desire to maintain a close relationship with the children he shares with Janelle and Christine, particularly because he felt they were equally uninterested in fostering a connection with him. Kody elaborated on his standpoint, indicating that despite his previous willingness to reconcile, he believed that his attempts had not been met with a similar effort, and he now felt that the opportunity for repairing the relationship with his sons might have slipped away. In a conversation with Christine, Garrison openly criticized Kody, highlighting his accomplishments and decisions he's made since their last conversation. Garrison shared that he'd purchased a house, enrolled in school, and acquired a car he desired, despite his father's previous advice against it. His underlying sentiment was that he believed his dad doesn't care about his actions or achievements. Garrison expressed his willingness to reconcile with his siblings, but had reservations about having face-to-face meetings that involved Robyn. He explained that he wasn't sure if he had the emotional maturity to maintain control in such a setting. Gwendolyn, too, conveyed her longing to reconnect with her sister Aurora, but voiced concerns about involving Robyn, fearing she might manipulate the situation or become emotional. Garrison emphasized that his desire for independence and his readiness to move forward with his life. He noted that Robyn appeared frustrated because she couldn't exert as much influence over their lives anymore, which in his opinion was no longer a concern for him. Garrison not only expressed his perspective, but also suggested that his siblings held similar sentiments, stating, "This is what I think all of the siblings think." In an unexpected turn, Gabe disclosed that he had conversed with Aurora at school and mentioned she was the only one from the other side of the family who had expressed love since the onset of the pandemic. Aurora, in her interview, corroborated his statement by sharing that Gabe had been consistently kind to her in person. Savannah believed that Kody still loved them, but seemed to be harboring unfounded anger. Garrison indicated that they were open to forgiveness, but not inclined to pursue Kody for an apology actively. After Christine visited Flagstaff in Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 9, she decided to spend some quality time with her friends in the area and invited Janelle to join them. The ladies engaged in conversations about their relationships while enjoying a meal, and the primary topic being Christine's first anniversary since her split from Kody. Although Janelle initially felt somewhat uneasy discussing such a personal matter in a group, she eventually opened up about her own experiences. The sense of community and support among the women was a positive and comforting aspect for their time together. It's sad to think that Robyn has been gaslighting her children for years, making them think they're the victims. Why didn't she simply explain that Christine and Janelle intended to spend Thanksgiving with their out-of-town kids, which is a valid and reasonable choice? Is it credible that Robyn would have preferred to have Thanksgiving with Gabe and Garrison instead of Aurora and Dayton? Additionally, it's funny how Robyn keeps pointing fingers at Christine for supposedly turning the kids against Kody. Didn't she take her children away from their father? Conclusively, Kody's strong attachment to Robyn is an eyesore, making his interactions with the other brown women and their children difficult to witness, calling them jerks. He even went on to say that he doesn't want to be around them, talk to them, or call them. And he's ranting about being blocked by the boys? Hilarious. The highlight of this episode is the kids gradually opening up about their feelings and showing maturity in their approach to the situation. Guys, we've come to the end of the episode. Please drop your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like and share. Thank you, and see you in the next video.